Welcome to the Mossel Bay Municipality Public GIS Viewer. This viewer contains publicly available spatial data curated by the IT and GIS Department of Mossel Bay Municipality. The viewer offers several functionalities enabling you to explore and query spatial layers, perform searches within the Farm and Urban Cadastre database, utilize drawing and measurement tools, import and view geographical data to enhance your mapping experience. When you open the viewer, you will be greeted with a splash screen. The splash screen comprises of different tabs, namely the Home, the Help, the Changelog, as well as the Contact tab. Simply click on the cross to close the splash screen. If at all you want to view the splash screen again, in the top right-hand corner, you can click on the I button and that will once again show you the splash screen. To navigate the viewer, you can simply click on the plus icon to zoom in, the minus icon to zoom out. To go to the home extent, you can click on the home button. Alternatively, if you are using a mouse, you can use the wheel to scroll in, the wheel to scroll out. And if you want to zoom to a specific area, you can hold Shift in on your keyboard and then draw and extend. On the map, you have several widgets, namely the base map widget, the measurement widget, and the full screen widget. To change the base map, you can click on the base map icon. You can now change the base map of the map. So if you would like to see a street view, you can click on Streets. If you want to see a topographic view, you can click on Topographic. If you want to view the map in night mode, you can click on the night mode. And if you once again want to see imagery, you can click on the imagery. To do a measurement on the widget, we can open the measurement widget. We can zoom in to an area. Say for example, we want to do a length measurement of Mulcote Street. We can simply click on the map and then drag the feature until where we want to see the measurement. And we can see from that point to that point, it's 120.82 meters. And if we want to go more to the left-hand side, we can simply click to draw a node and then go to the left to carry on our measurement until the street intersection. And from one point to the other point, we can see that we have drawn a distance of 233.97 meters. To simply close your measurement, you can either double click and then that will close your measurement. And if you want to clear your measurement, you can simply just click on New Measurement to do, once again, another measurement. The next measurement you can do is by doing an area measurement. So let's say, for example, we want to see the area of this property. We can then click on the boundary, follow the boundary, click once again, go to the other side of the boundary, click once again. And once we've done tracing our boundary, we can double click and then we can see that the perimeter is 110.98 meters and the area is 750.3 meters squared. We can also view the map in full screen. So let's close our measurement widget and let's click on the full screen button to see the map in full extent. So there we can see the map is in full extent. And to go back to the default, we can just simply just close the full screen. In the top of the map, you'll be greeted with different views, namely Details, Legend, Layers, Search, Tools, and Print. To open the Details view, just simply click on Details, and then you would see a view of the property information, the zoning information, as well as additional information. The Details view simply intersects what is being shown on the map. So if you want to see the details of a specific property, you can simply click on the property. Once you have clicked on the property would be selected in a light blue and the pop-up will show. There you can view the pop-up. You can also dock the pop-up. So you can dock the pop-up. You can minimize the pop-up, so we can collapse it. We can also close the pop-up. And notice once we've closed the pop-up, the details are still showing the view of the property which we selected. Let's say, for example, select another property. So let's say, for example, we select 6136, and let's notice how it changes on the details view. Once we've selected 6136, we can now see that 6136 is highlighted, the pop-up for 6136 is showing, and the details pane has also changed to show the information for 6136. The information being shown in the details view is the SG21 digit code, the property type, whether it is an earth or a farm, the property description, the allotment, the town, the area in square meters, the area in hectares, and it also shows the zoning information. So the zoning is a single residential zone, as well as the zoning code. And then there's also additional information such as intersects for Google Maps, for here to view the address. You can also search the deed, and you can also download the SG diagram. The next tab or view is the legend. So the legend shows the symbology being shown on the map and its alternative description. So if you look on the map and you see the grey outline, that is the registered properties. If you see the orange with a number in, that is the street number. And if we zoom out, we see the Mossel Bay Municipality boundary. To view the legend, we can simply also just switch on a few more layers. So let's say, for example, we switch on the zoning information. We can then go back to our legend. Once we're back in our legend, notice now that there are more entries in the legend showing you what is the different types of zoning. The next tab and the default view is the layers tab. So the layers comprises of all the different geospatial layers which you can switch on and off in the map, and each layer has a visible extent. So for example, at this level of extent, which is 10 kilometers, you can see that no property information is being shown. However, the Mossel Bay Municipality's boundary is being shown. If we zoom in to say, for example, the point of Mossel Bay, you will now notice that the property information will show for the earths. If we want to switch on more layers, we can simply just switch it on by clicking on the layer list. And notice in the property information has been grouped. If the property information group is off, the layer will also be off. So also just make sure that the main group layer is on. As we tick the layers in the layer list, we can see how they switch on and off. So at the moment, we are viewing the registered property, the SG approved property, as well as the property valuation. If you want to switch off the property valuation, we can simply just tick it off in the layer list. If you want to switch off the street numbers, we can also just tick it off in the layer list. If we want to, for example, view the zoning again, we can then simply go to the group, make sure the zoning is on, tick the zoning visibility, and then the zoning will be viewed. Under the layers, we also have different options for the individual layers. We can either zoom to, hide labels, increase and decrease transparency, as well as export the features. So if we want to see the underlying imagery behind the zoning, we can simply click on 3 little dots, and then we can increase the transparency so we can see the underlying imagery. So that's one increase, and let's increase it once more. So then we can see the underlying imagery as well as the property behind the zoning. If we want to decrease the transparency, we can simply decrease the transparency. If we want to, example, see elevation changes, we can simply switch on the elevation to view the contours and the contour intervals. So here we can see how the contour intervals are going down. So notice now these are very steep cliffs. And if we want to browse between the different imageries, we can simply go down to our imagery tab, switch on the layer, and then view the imagery between 2020 and 2018. So at the moment we are busy, the visibility is the ortho photos of 2018. And if you want to see the visibility of 2020, we can simply just click on 2020. To do a search, you can simply go to the search tab. Here you can search for registered property, an SG approved property. You can do a ward search, a suburb search, as well as a street name. So let's just do 2 searches, for example. Let's go search for a property. So let's say, for example, the property description is property 100. And as I go to property 100, my list will automatically filter where property 100 comes forth. If we, for example, change our property to 1236, and then we go to our allotments, then notice now that there's only properties 1236 in Groot Brakrivier, Onkaba, Little Brakrivier, and Reebok. If we want to zoom to the specific property, so let's say, for example, we're looking at property 1236 in Groot Brak, we can simply click over there, and then we can do an apply, and then it will automatically zoom to the specific property. If we want to search a street name, we can simply go to street name, and then we can search for the street name. So here you'll see a list of all the street names, and as we start typing, the list will automatically filter, and we click search more. And then if we want to search for Marsh Street and see where Marsh Street is on the map, we can simply click on Marsh Street, apply, and it will automatically zoom to Marsh Street.